We are continuing with our CSEC math review. We are on topic 8, solving simple equations. For those of you all who would like to see the topics reviewed before, be sure to check out my YouTube channel under the playlist CSEC math review. The link is in the bio. We'll be looking at simple equations. In cases 1 to 4, we will be solving linear equations with one unknown. Now this is case 1. Here we have x plus 2 is equal to 7. We are solving for x. If I want to solve for x, I leave everything that has x on this side and I take everything that doesn't have x on the other side. Now after the equal sign, I have 7. Once I bring across the positive 2, it becomes negative 2. So now the value for x is 5. Case 2, x subtract 3 is equal to 8. I want to solve for x. I'll leave everything that has x on this side and take everything that doesn't have x on the other side. After the equal sign, I already have 8. This negative 3 becomes positive 3. So the value of x is going to be 11. Case 3, 5x is equal to 35. I want to solve for x. However, this 5 is multiplied to this x. So to get rid of the 5, I'll have to divide by the 5. So 35 divided by 5, the value for x is going to be 7. Case 4, x over 6 is equal to 5. Again, I want to solve for x. However, x is being divided by this 6. So to get rid of this 6, I would have to do the opposite operation. And instead of dividing, I would be multiplying. So to solve for x, I would have to multiply by 6 on the other side, and the value for x is going to be 30. Case 5, this equation has two unknowns. So like before, I would put everything that has x on one side. I will bring this 2x on this side, and I'll take the numbers on the other side. I'll take this negative 3 on the other side, and of course the sign will change. So on this side, I have 5x. Bring across this positive 2, it becomes negative 2x is equal to, on this side of the equation, I already have 9. If I bring across this negative 3, it will become a positive 3. 5x take away 2x is going to give me 3x is equal to 9 plus 3 is 12. I am still solving for x. If I want to solve for x, I have to divide by 3. What we do on one side of the equation, we do on the other side of the equation. Most times, we just write x on this side. This 3 which is being multiplied, we divide it on this side. So 3 into 12 is 4. So the value of x is 4. Case 6, this equation involves brackets. So what we're going to do is expand the bracket first. 2 by 3x is going to give us 6x. 2 by negative 5 is going to give us negative 10 is equal to 8. Again, we are solving for x. We would leave everything that has x on one side and take everything that doesn't have x on the other side of the equation. So this is negative 10. On this side of the equation, it will become positive 10. I am solving for x. 6x is equal to 18. To solve for x, this 6 is multiplied to this x. So on the other side, we would be dividing by 6. So the value of x is going to be 3. Case 7, we're going to be solving this equation that involves fractions. Now, when you're adding or subtracting fractions, we have to remember that we must have common denominators. And if we don't have common denominators, we have to find the LCM. Now, I'll be showing us how to work this question out in two ways. First, I'm going to find the LCM. And the second method, I'm going to multiply each fraction by the LCM. So let's do method 1. What's the LCM of 5, 7, and 5? The LCM is 35. 5 into 35 is 7. And I'm multiplying 7 by my numerator. 7 times x is 7x. 7 into 35 is 5, and 5 threes are 15. We have a minus sign here. Now we have an equal sign. 5 into 35 is 7. 1 times a 7 is 7. Now we simplify the numerator. We're going to have 7x minus 15 is equal to 7. I'm solving for x. I'd leave everything that has x on this side. take everything that doesn't have x on the other side. After the equal sign, I already have a 7. If this negative 15 comes across, it will be positive 15. So now I have 7x is equal to 22. To solve for x, I would have to divide 22 divided by 7, and I'm going to get my answer to be 3 1/7. So method 2. The LCM of 5, 7, and 5 is 35. So I'm going to multiply the LCM by each fraction. 35 by x over 5, subtract 35 by 3 over 7 is equal to 35 by 1/5. Now, if this looks complicated, you can write your whole number as a fraction. 1 will become denominator here, and I'll be multiplying, so I'm going to look for opportunities to reduce. 5 into 5 is 1, and 5 into 35 is 7. And 7 times x is 7x, minus 7 into 35 is 5, and 5 threes are 15. And 5 into 35, remember I'm multiplying here, 5 into 35 is going to be 7, and 7 ones are 7. So this is what I would get, and again I would simplify. I'm solving for x. I'd leave everything that has x on one side. After the equal sign, I have 7. I'll take across this negative 15 on this side. It becomes a positive 15. Again, 7x is equal to 22 if I'm solving for x. This 7 is multiplied to the x, so on the other side, the 7 is going to divide. And again, I'll get the value for x to be 3 1/7. Solving simple equations, case 8. LCM of 8, 4, 5, and 4 is 40, so I can multiply each fraction by the LCM. So it's going to be 40 by 7/8 x, subtract 40 by 1/4, and then I'm writing the next part here. It's going to be 40 by 4/5 x plus 40 by 11 over 4. And again, we simplify. 8 into 8 is 1, and 8 into 40 is 5. 5 sevens are 35. So I'm getting 35x minus 4 into 40 is 10. 10 by 1 is 10. That's going to be equal to, I'm simplifying this side. Remember, you can write it as a fraction so that you can see what I'm doing better. 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 40 is 8. 8 fours are 32, so I'm getting 32x plus 4 into 4, 1. 4 into 40 is 10, and 10 by 11 is going to give us 110. So I'm going to write it back as one equation so we can see it. So here we have 35x minus 10 is equal to 32x. This is supposed to be 32. Is equal to 32x plus 110. And again, I'm solving for x, so I'll bring everything that has x on one side. On this side, I have 35x. Positive 32 comes across, becomes a negative 32x, is equal to, on this side of the equal sign, I already have 110. I'm going to take across this negative 10. It will become positive 10. So now I have 35x minus 32x, and this is going to give us 3x is equal to 120, and I want to solve for x, so I'll have to divide by 3. 120 divided by 3 is going to give us 40. So the value of x is 40. Write as a single fraction. So to do this, we must ensure that we have common denominators. And if we don't have common denominators, then we have to find the LCM. The LCM of 2 and 3 is 6. Now we are going to divide and then multiply. 2 can go into 6 3 times. We're going to multiply the numerator by 3. You can simplify it now, or you can do it after. So I'm going to multiply 3 by everything in this bracket. Plus 3 into 6 is 2. So now 2 has to be multiplied by the numerator. So I can write it out and then simplify it after. Now let's expand our brackets. 3 times x is going to give us 3x. 3 by 2 is going to give us 6. Plus 2 by x is 2x. And I have 2 multiplied by -4 is going to give me -8 all over 6. Now as we can see here, our numerator can be simplified further. In algebra, we can add and subtract like terms. 3x plus 2x is going to give us a total of 5x. We have 6 minus 8 is going to give us -2 all over 6. Now this is the lowest form that this fraction can be written in. Someone will say, well, miss, can't we divide 2 into 6? No, we can't. The only time we could simplify this expression further is if 2 could go into this number, 2 can go into this number, and 2 can go into this number. All right, so if there's a number that can factor out each term, then we can reduce it further. Otherwise, this is the lowest form that this equation can be written in.